Hi everybody, my name is Sarah Weenus and I want to show you some energetic techniques that can help you to beat a cold or a flu. Now, we all know that the wintertime is probably the time where we're most susceptible to getting a cold or a flu, and when we get one we often feel pretty terrible during that time. So I want to show you a couple of acupuncture points and a couple other energetic techniques that you can use if you happen to get a cold or if you feel like a cold or flu is coming on. Both are, these techniques will be effective for both, okay? So in Chinese medicine, the metal element is considered to be kind of the element that is out of balance when you end up getting a cold or a flu, okay? And in this element, for those of you who don't understand Chinese medicine, I apologize, but you've got your lung meridian and your large intestine meridian, okay? And these two meridians are very affected when you come down or with a cold or with a flu, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple of acupuncture points to hit on these meridians, specifically the large intestine meridian for a cold. Okay, so just to distinguish between a cold and a flu, a cold usually is more a runny nose. Usually you don't have a fever if you have a cold. You just, you might feel achy and tired, but you generally are not overheating and having a feeling of heat and dryness in your body. It's more like that wet nose, runny throat, just not feeling 100%. Okay, so if you have a cold, if these are your symptoms that you're experiencing, okay, or if you feel like this is what's coming on, the first point that I want to show you is if you look at your hand here, just right about here on your hand, if you press in between, it's almost the web of between the index finger and the thumb. You're going to feel there's kind of, if you can see here, there, if you push in there, almost against the bone on your finger, you're going to feel there's almost like a little dip. Okay, this is a point on your large intestine meridian. Okay, and on each hand, you can hold this point for about a minute. Okay, so you can. The best thing to do, I'm going to turn my hand this way so that you can see. Okay, is to take your thumb, press it in there, and just kind of put enough pressure that you feel it, but you don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, and just kind of maybe massage it lightly. Okay, and do that for about 1 minute on each side. So when you're done, you can switch hands, come to the other hand, and do that. All right? Okay, so that's the first point that's really effective if you have a cold, okay? The other point that I'm going to get you to hit is right almost on both sides of your nostrils here, okay? This is another point on the large intestine meridian, which is really effective if you have a cold. So again, pressing on those points with enough pressure that you feel it, but not enough to hurt yourself, okay? Hold for a minute. The third point I'm going to show you is kind of right on the edge of your eyebrows here. This is a point on the bladder meridian. Okay, so if you see my eyebrows here, just on the tip here, okay, again, holding the points, massaging them gently for about a minute. Okay, and if you do that 3 times a day, you're going to notice that your cold might go away faster, or if you feel a cold coming on, it might help to kind of make it not so severe or help you to overcome it more quickly. There's another thing I'm going to show you, but first I'm going to show you what to do if you feel like a flu is coming on. And a flu is more when you have a fever, maybe a dry cough. Flus are generally more severe, and we all know that there's some pretty severe flus going around right now, including H1N1, which can be quite damaging to people. Okay, so if you feel a flu coming on, you can do these for either, but these points are more specific to a flu. Right on the top, where your collarbone is right here, okay, you're going to feel the 2 ends of your collarbone. Right under that, in between the collarbone and the first rib, kind of right up against your sternum. Okay, you're gonna rub those points, okay? And those points again are acupuncture points, the end of the kidney meridian. Okay, rub for about, I'd say, a minute. Okay. All right. Once you're done with that, I want you to move to the back of your head, and it's hard for me to show you on this video, but I think we all know when we get a migraine headache, there's 2 spots kind of right where our head, like if you feel where the bones in your head, the occipital ridge here, kind of joins the neck. There's those kind of indents at the back of your head where often people get headaches. That's gallbladder 20, okay? And again, rubbing those spots for a minute. I apologize, I don't think you're going to be able to see if I turn around. Okay? All right. And the third point I want you to hit is right on the side of the arm here. You see this is my hand, okay? So it's kind of almost on the crease of where the elbow bends here. Hopefully you can see that. This is large intestine 11. And again, very important point for colds and flu. Okay. So again, each of these points, I would say massage them for about a minute 3 times a day. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Large intestine 11. Okay. And then to finish off, you could come back up to those kidney points, just rub them a little bit again. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a couple other techniques. They're not necessarily related to Chinese medicine, but they are energetic techniques that will help with balancing your immune system and getting things moving again and mobilized if you've gotten sick. Okay. One thing that can really help is tapping on your thymus gland. So the thymus gland is a small gland located kind of around the center of your chest here, and it's very critical in the functioning of the immune system. It produces white blood cells to fight infections and whatnot. So just tapping there is enough to stimulate that gland and to get it working a little more optimally, so that if you are sick, it's going to help your immune system. The next set of points that I'm going to get you to tap on are, it's hard, I might have to stand up here, but if you can see kind of on my sides here, right on the bottom of the rib cage, tapping there is really good, as well as tapping along kind of the sides of your body, because this activates the spleen meridian, which is also very interconnected with your immune function and helping you to fight off infections, okay? And the third thing that I'm going to show you, again, I'm going to have to stand back a little ways here, is to get you to rub down the sides of your legs really strong, and I'm talking the outside of your leg, okay? Really pressing in with pressure, and for some people this really might hurt. It might feel very uncomfortable. If it does, just go with a pressure that you can handle, but doing that on both sides of the legs activates the lymphatic system for your large intestine meridian, okay? So it helps to move toxins along if you've been sick, okay? So just going down the legs a few times a day. Those techniques can really help with starting to bring the body back into balance. Okay, so if you are feeling sick, you feel like you're getting sick, give those things a try. Again, with anything energetic, you need to repeat it, because your body is like a circuit board and it has patterns, and in order for you to change the pattern, you have to continue to repeat it for a period of time. So if you do this once and you don't notice a difference, don't be surprised. If you're willing to do it over 2 to 3 days, you will notice that your cold will either go away faster, your flu, or the symptoms will be diminished, okay? So I hope this has been helpful to you. I will continue to post little tips and tricks to help you feel better on a regular basis, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.